Hello, my name is Josh Paul, and I would like to talk to you about sex.
I can see that got your attention.
Howdy, welcome to Hang the Critic with Josh Paul. I am Josh Paul, and this is Hang the Critic. Today is going to be the first of what hopefully will be many, what I call spontaneous reviews, or pop reviews. Why not? Netflix is an interesting beast. In many ways, I think it's a really good thing because it's a platform to help aspiring independent filmmakers. And I love independent filmmakers and I love independent film. As a result, it tends to be a bit of a mixed bag. Sometimes you get shows that just go hits. Sometimes you get shows that get 80% hits and 20% misses. And sometimes you get shows where you go, who thought that was a good idea? And sometimes the hits are phenomenal hits. Now, one of these such shows that I have really like obsessively been getting into recently is Sex Education. Now, before your mind starts going crazy, no, it's not a porno and it's not a documentary. Sex Education is a teen dramedy, technical term, dramedy, set in a high school in the UK. And it is about a young, awkward teenager, so a teenager named Otis, played by Asa Butterfield. I mean, that's a name, isn't it? Asa Butterfield. It's like Benedict Cumberbatch. If you have a name like that, you gotta get a job where you have your name on something, you know? Awkward young teenager whose mother works as a sex therapist, and she's played by the brilliant Gillian, who's amazing in this and everything that she does. And Otis has a best friend, his name is Eric, and he's played by Ncuti Gatwa. I really hope that I pronounced that right. I'm sorry if I didn't. One day, it comes to the attention of Maeve, who is the sort of, you know, the rebellious Joan Jett type teenage girl, played by the wonderful Emma Mackey. Like, it's an amazing cast, really. Everyone does an amazing job. She approaches Otis, having noticed that he has retained a lot of secondhand therapeutical knowledge from his mother, with the idea of opening up basically a small business in the school where they charge students who are looking for sex advice, really. Now, there are a few things that can be quite confronting about the show. Least of all, really, the fact that it's about sex and it contains a lot of sexual intercourse. Well, one of the confronting things is aesthetically, it's based on American high schools. So everyone's wearing casual dress in the school, and there's lockers in the hallways, and the jocks all wear those jackets with the letters on them. The geeks, and there's the jocks, and there's the popular group, and there's the school bully, and there's the ditzy girl.
I should be a baker.
Ames, I think it might be banker. Baker's not on there.
I think I'm gonna stick with baker. I do really like toast.
But what's brilliant about it is as you watch it, all those become sort of secondary things. There's so much depth that's achieved with all the characters, and they become much more than their outward appearance. It's about not judging people upon first impressions and understanding that everyone is going through troubles. It promotes understanding and appreciation for other people's struggles. And I love that about it. And another one of the things that's very confronting about it is Asa Butterfield. The first thing I ever saw him in was The Boy in Striped Pajamas. And that's a film about the Holocaust. It could be quite a shock to the system to see the kid from Boy in Striped Pajamas repeatedly trying and failing to jerk himself off. The show goes with incredible fluidity from being ball-bouncingly funny, incredibly endearing, to being very distressingly real. They don't steer away from very serious subject matter. Sex in teen comedies has always historically been dealt with very tongue-in-cheek. Like, I was a bit worried it was going to be something akin to American Pie or The In-Betweeners, where it's all very and there's a degree to that in it, but there's also a degree to which it takes the subject matter very seriously and covers a very wide range of not only basic sexual intercourse, but all the different facets of it and the different moral implications to it. By the second episode, it starts dealing with teen pregnancy, and by the third episode, it starts dealing with abortions. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. It at no point feels like it's shoving the information down your throat, because it keeps up a level of being entertaining and engaging.
I might have a mild to moderate crush on Maeve.
Yeah, no shit. What gave it away?
She touched my eyebrows. Now I have an erection.
I don't know about you, but I have a tendency to really invest emotionally into things that I watch, especially when there are characters that I can relate to. And another thing that I love about it is, as much as it's about the teenagers, it's also about the adults and the way they relate to the younger characters. In a lot of teen comedies, parents and adult characters tended to fall into one of two groups. They were either figures of authority with iron fists, like the Dean of Students from Ferris Bueller, or they were comic side pieces that were just there for a laugh and to be awkward, like Jim's dad from American Pie. But in Sex Education, they're treated as genuine human beings who are also going through troubles. It's not so much promoting, rebellion against the adult authority and all that stuff that was big in the 80s. It's more about understanding that your kids or your parents are humans as well, and they're going through troubles just the same as you are. Life is hard, and life is hard for everybody.
And pop it, not at me, I'm faculty.
But the thing that I love the most, I know that I'm saying love a lot, because it's about love. The best shows are about love and being there for each other and being supportive. It's wonderful. Yes, it very accurately depicts the cringy nature and the awkwardness of the teenage experience. But it also very much embraces that. Not only the message, but just in the way that it's presented. Even these characters who seem like, cool, they got all their shit together, and then a couple of episodes later you realize, no, they don't have their shit together, because no one has their shit together. If I could sum up what I think is one of the key messages, is that awkwardness is normal. It's okay to feel insecure about yourself and about your body and about sex in general. Everyone feels insecure. It's perfectly normal human reaction. Part of those sort of things is feeling like, oh, I must be so weird, I must be so alien because, I look around and no one else seems to be having these sort of troubles. But they just have those troubles behind closed doors. That's the thing that I love about Sex Education, because it goes behind those closed doors. And the more you relate to it, the more you can understand these things are okay. Sex is okay, different sexual preferences, different sexualities. There shouldn't be any taboos to that. This show is fighting and succeeding, in my opinion, to break through those taboos.
Sex doesn't make us whole, and so how could you ever be broken?
That's all I got for this episode of Hang the Critic. I hope that you like, I hope you subscribe, I hope you share, I hope you just follow us on Instagram, follow us on Facebook. Keep watching movies, keep watching Netflix, and I'll see you when I see you.
That's the sort of place this is, Jen. A lot of sexy people not doing much work and having affairs.